Hey, it's your buddy Timshel here, and we're doing another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we're going to go ahead and catch up with the champions I pulled in my Void 2x event. So we're going to look at a double Urgrim team I put together, and then we're going to look at the Nekhret I built and the Tormin I built, and see how they fit into my arena teams and things that I am doing with them. So let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, so let's go ahead and we'll kick it off here with our double Urgrim. So you can see them over here, Urgrim level 60. I got 3 of them actually, so I still have a level 1. I thought he was part of the fusion, but he's not. So I'm not sure what I'll do with the third one, if I'll keep him like I do 3 bad Alcazars. But yeah, he is a really, really good champion. I put them both in regen gear, and yeah. And they're pretty amazing, really. The idea behind building Urgrims was, instead of using Bad Alcazar and Seer, which the Seer has to be really, really built and get a bunch of additional buffs, you can use Urgrim and another Poisoner. And since I have 2 Urgrim, I figured that there's really no better poison layer in the game, and you'll see in a minute why. And Zavia, and she doesn't have to be built nearly as well. So you can see the idea is to get both Urgrim into well into the 200s. This guy's a little slow at 206, but this guy is right where he probably needs to be at 225. And then lots of health, as much resistance as you can get, obviously enough accuracy to land his poisons. This guy's barely on the edge, so they're barely on the edge. I didn't put the best gear I had on him, but I tried to put pretty decent gear. And then for Zavia, if you have a Zavia, she just needs enough crit rate and then attack. So she doesn't need a lot of crit damage or anything else. It obviously helps, but she's able to clear waves without having the crazy seer gear that it requires to do waves. So this comp actually makes it a little more doable for me to do Ice Golem up until I put this comp together. And I'll show you, we'll do an Ice Golem run here. Before I put this comp together, Ice Golem for me was taking about 5 minutes. And you can see I'm at like a minute 20 with this new team. And let me show you the team. I had originally put... I put Venus in here for the extra poisons and damage, but the problem is she does too much damage and the boss wipes us. So I'll go ahead and start this. It's all auto. Obviously the Chimera are there to reset our cooldowns for the waves, but you'll see these 2 Urgrim just, yeah, so defense down a weaken, poison, 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 Zavia, bam, done, right? Then reset. We'll do it all again. And again, none of these guys are in super good gear. It's just that Zavia's Poison Explosion, I think, is a little more beefy than Seer's Wave. Now, obviously, Zavia can't do the same thing because she doesn't have the max HP that Seer does. So when you get to like Doom Tower waves and stuff, I don't think this will work. Yeah, so Zavia gets wiped there, which we kind of want, and because we don't want to do crazy damage to the boss until and that's okay. We always lose that guy. This is the guy that ends up finishing it, and so this is where it slows down. But again, it's not nearly as bad as my 5-minute runs. I think I'm averaging just over 2 minutes. So yeah, so we'll let this run, and he'll just heal himself up. Then I'll show you the AI. That I set up for it to make it work. And once we get the minions down, then he'll just sit here and poison the Ice Golem, whatever his name is, and he won't hopefully bring his little minions of hell back to plague us. So, oh no, he did. So, but that's why the the Lydia's there, so he's not able to do that. We did get stunned or frozen, which is no good, obviously, and yeah, so hopefully he can come back around and yeah, and reapply all these poisons, and we can get done right at about 2 minutes. So, not quite as sexy as a lot of the folks that are building these big poison teams, but yeah, definitely workable. And he's about to go down, I think, in this next turn with all these poisons, and we'll be at what, 215, 211. So not too bad. I mean, obviously, well off the record, but makes Ice Golem, I think, a little more doable than it was previously. So let me show you this same team on Dragon, because it's a good alternative to if you can't get your Seer to nuke the waves on Dragon, and you're looking for some additional help. So this was my original Dragon team, and let's see, where is my, so here's my Urgrim team. Urgrim has a, if you don't know, a 20% aura speed lead, which is pretty nice, and yeah, it works good. So, it's funny, I was answering another creator content who asked some questions about what do you think would be a great upgrade, or just some little things that kind of bother you about some of the raid stuff. And one of the things that drives me crazy is on that champion screen. Like if I want to switch leads, right? So let's say I'm not quite Xavia's not quite doing enough damage to the waves, and I wanted to put her in the lead because she's got a pretty robust attack aura. You have to basically delete the whole thing, re-put the AIs in, and yeah, I mean, just look at the poisons he puts down, and then you could, I can actually make this run go faster if I use Venus here, because she obviously does more damage, but I don't want to redo the AIs every time I switch from Ice Golem to Dragon. So with that being said, I was going to say, yeah, I would like to be able to switch leads, and I can't, obviously, because for some reason you can't move champions around in the player setup screen, where, it'd be nice if I could just say, hey, I want a little extra damage here, take out the Urgrim and put in Xavia as a lead to get a little extra damage. But yeah, this run's going a little slower than usual. I'm usually right at about 1:20, and my best was right at 1 minute. But you can see no one's in any jeopardy of dying here, and Urgrim's poisons are just going to eat him alive right here, and this should be the end of him. He might get one more turn off, but I don't think so. So yeah, so I kind of call him the budget BEK. The only thing he doesn't do is he does great heals, great poisons, but he doesn't cleanse everyone, just himself. So if you're not familiar with his, here, wait, let me show you. Oh, my bad. Let me show you his AI, so we can finish with our Urgrim section here. So his AI, here he is. So what I did was I turned off both of their debuff and single heals. So all they're doing is laying poisons. Poisons on their A1, poisons on their A3. I did that to both of them, and then Kymar, obviously you have to get him to wait on using his refresh. But everything else is auto. So that's how they're set up. So if you remember, during my shard pull, I also was, in the first 10 void shards I had, I pulled, I think, one of the best champions in the game, which was this guy, Nekhret. And so I was able to build him out pretty well. I'd never really built an immunity champion, so I was able to put him in immunity gear. I had a Sky Touch and immunity for a while, but I didn't like the way that went. So I was able to put him in immunity gear, get him going decently fast with really, really good HP, over 100k, And that's really all you're looking to do with him. Big HP, get him going as fast as you can, and as much defense as you can get on him. So, and then, you know, resists and some other things, and if you can get some damage out of him. I wasn't so interested in getting damage out of him. I just want him to protect my my squishy, right? Which is, I don't think anybody does single target protection better than him. So obviously I went down to the resist tree on here to try to keep him healthy after the first 2 rounds. And then anything I could get that would help his shields, right? Because once he puts ally protection on you, when you attack that champion, which is... so he puts the ally protection on somebody, and then whenever you attack that champion... Whenever you attack a champion with an ally buff placed by this champion, he puts a big old shield on him. And it's a really, really good protection for your nuker, really. So where I've been using him is, let me show you. Let's find a team. So first of all, I've been screwing around with my defense, and this is a defense that I've ended up with. Well, that I put in there. It's meh. It hasn't done great. This was the previous defense. Yeah, wow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, look at those teams. I mean, those are pretty good teams. But yeah, that's the defense. So where I've been using the Nekhret is on like a Hegemon team. So this guy is going to be too big for me. Where I feel like the Hegemon is going to come in, do massive damage to my poor, see, I don't like the buff strip there. Do massive damage to my poor nuker, and I'm not going to get a turn off. So, well, let's try this one. I don't really think... So let me show you the team I put together with my Nekhret. So it looks something like this. So I have, he's going to protect Foley. I probably, and then the idea is I have some protection with Duchess and a speed lead, and then she is going to strip buffs. But I don't think for this team, I'm guessing that's a Nuki, but I'm gonna put in my big girl Trunda, and we're gonna see if Nekhret can protect Trunda enough to fight this team. Now this is a really, really good team. I am up high enough in gold where I think I'm fighting a majority of. Okay, so oh shoot, so he protected and that's my bad. That's you got to HP balance these champions but look, she's taken like no damage, and that's all because of him. And then let's see if she can bring Trunda back, and then let's see if we get any kind of turn here. Now the nice thing about this team is I think they were going to try to use their, yeah, see, I don't think they were going to try to use their Hegemon as the damage dealer. So they really don't have much of a damage dealer. So I kind of feel like I would win this eventually, but I don't think I'm going to, because I don't think they could do enough damage to my Duchess with Cythalia, their healing. But the screw up is I didn't put enough HP on my Cythalia, and my Trunda has some pretty good defense. But you can see he does, you know, I mean, he's not a damage dealer in any way, shape, or form, but he's, yeah, I mean, the protection is unbelievable, right? And this stupid Kayamar is screwing me up. I'm not gonna. What? She's back. Let's see if we can. If she can get a turn, we're gonna win. Because, well, they're all gonna revive on death here, so we'll see. Yeah, see, they just keep killing her with the OE stuff. So we're gonna leave that battle. Let's refresh. See if we can find a a better team to showcase him. And I'll probably pull Nekhret or Cythalia out of there and put in a different debuffer that allows so this might be a good one too. Let's see. So let's pull. Well, see, and that's gonna screw up my. Here's my issue with is I can't move stuff around, which is kind of a drag, and keep the AI stuff the same. So let's see. Let's pop her. I'm gonna pop her out and put my Kymar in there. I don't know if you noticed this too, but this is really wonky. Like trying to find champions and they scooch around. I don't think the coding is really good for the width of this so the champions scooch around all the time. So we obviously have to get him to do this first. So hopefully he's got more HP than my Trunda, and Trunda is able to. That Tormin's going to screw us up. Let's see if we can find a different one. Really, we're looking for hedgy teams to. Yeah, see, that's too much of a hedgy team. Well, maybe not. Let's see. Let's see how this goes. Well, that Tormin's going to screw us up again. And I don't have a buff strip. Let's do this. We're going to drop Riho in there. So the idea is Hedgie's going to go. He's going to protect her. I know Riho has more HP than Trunda. Hedgie's going to go. Riho's going to protect Trunda. I don't think he'll be able to kill Duchess or Riho on the first one. She's going to lay some buffs. She's going to strip, and Trunda is going to nuke. So let's see how this goes. And even if it doesn't go great, I'm sort of, you never know what teams you're going to get. The idea is watching him. Oh, gosh, my Trunda has too much HP. Okay, so she didn't do what I wanted her to do either. Or maybe she just counterattacked. Let's see if he yeah, I probably have to take some. Okay, now she put her cleanse and block debuffs, and then eventually she's going to go. Okay, there we go. Okay, down you go. Let's see. Now we should be okay because we're going to keep block debuffs up with between Riho and Nekhret doing his single block debuff, and we want to kill her though, and Duchess block debuff. They're not going to be able to get many debuffs off on us, and she'll constantly cleanse as well. So yeah, so this was a good one. You saw that Nekhret makes it pretty much impossible to kill a champion. In fact, I'll do a. You can run Nekhret and a nuker by themselves against teams that aren't super strong. But this team had a Krisk, a Hegemon, and a Tormin, and a Lydia, and we were never ever in trouble against this team from the beginning. So, and they're gonna die. So definitely a fun champion. I'm still kind of learning. I mean, I've only had him a day or two, but yeah, look, I mean, just amazing. Riho with the heals and the Duchess with the heals, and I mean, and the block debuffs where Tormin doesn't get to do any of his nonsense is wonderful. Bam, every bloody debuff in the game. Okay, so we'll take that, and then I'll do one more where we just kind of find a kind of a nuky team like this. Although I don't like the. So a team like this. So again, so we'll just pop these out. he'll protect her. I don't think they'll be able to kill her. So let's see. And he's in immunity gear, so he's going to put the block debuffs up on Trunda with the protection, and then yeah, Trunda's going to go ahead and yeah. See, I mean, he took obviously most of the damage there, but yeah. So look at that. I mean, she's yeah. I mean, he's hurting, but look, she's still like full health. So let's see if she gets a turn, then she'll be able to just about take him out. Unfortunately, yeah, she's going to bring him back. But you can see it's yeah, it's pretty she's dead. Let's see if we can come back around. The problem is, yeah, now we're going to be in trouble. But you can see it it works out pretty well. That team was pretty tanky. Actually, because I hate to lose, I'm going to go back and murder that team because you don't get to beat me with my main team. So one of the things I'm going to try to build, I think, is really fast Warlord and immunity gear as well. I really want to get an immunity team together so I can, yeah, so I can just beat these teams that cause me so much trouble. So, yeah. So, I mean, Warlord is just, I mean, the idea, once he gets his turn, like, it's over. I mean, you just don't get to, you don't get to play anymore. So there. Okay. So I like that. So let's go ahead and move into the next champion I built, which was a very fun Tormin. And I built my Tormin a little differently. So I built my Tormin as a damage dealer. And my idea was I want him to do some damage. So I built him up on defense, tried to put enough crit rate and crit damage, and then accuracy so he lands all his stuff. Now, where I find he's the most useful is basically dropping him into a speed team where you don't think that you're going to be as fast as the other guy. So you can use him. Here, let me show you. I think I'm using him on defense. Let's see how my defense did. Not great. We did pretty good down here, and then I think as we rise up, we start to run into these teams that are pretty good. So let's see. Yeah, I have him here on defense on a semi-speed team to try to circumvent some of the other speed leads. So let's find a speed team that we think may be faster than us. Well, and we'll pop out our Arbiter for somebody else. And so what we'll do is we'll find our so this is kind of what I do, where I have a speed lead. He takes the he puts him to sleep, and I think I have the AI set up right. Yeah, he puts him to sleep and strips him, and then he does his stuff. Oh, I really like this team too. So here's a good team that I found. Really like this team. So we have Seeker in the lead with his aura, big defense, and then obviously his passive, which pops to increase defense on everybody, and then two big shield champions, and yeah, it's really good. Now, what I don't like is this guy on the team, which could cause us trouble. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how this goes. He might freeze himself, and we take him out. So we're obviously going to be slower, but hopefully they freeze themselves. Yeah, so they got to freeze, and then she gets to cut in because, yeah, because, and then he does really good damage, and then more freezes. Yeah, I've really been liking this team. And then Brogni is just a complete menace the whole time, and then provokes, so she can't res, and look, just shields across the board, right? And then, you know, really the only damage dealer I have on this team is Tormin, and then obviously you know, some minor damage dealing with Brogni and Seeker and Valkyrie. But you can see he did most of my damage, and they really never got a turn. So let's see if we can find another team. Here is a blender comp. I wonder if I can stand up to that. Let's see. So this is 219, so they're obviously good. I'm hoping, let's see, I don't know. I mean, we're going to learn together if this team can stand up to a blender comp. I'm hoping they freeze themselves when they do their buffs. So some of them did. So they're not going to be able to go. She's going to go and put the shield up on everybody, and then they're just sort of dead, right? So blender comps don't work against this team because, I mean, look at that. Do y'all do any damage? I don't think you do. I don't think you do any damage. So no, not her, dude. She's got unkillable on her. I'm not sure. Do you guys notice? I'll have, set it on auto, and I'll select the champion I want them to attack, and they don't attack it. So again, just unbelievable, unbelievable. I don't think I've lost a fight with this team. Let's see. Let's try this guy. So again, big damage team. Gonna try to, but they buff strip. I don't like that. Here's another big damage team, right? They're gonna try to speed lead you, turn meter reduce you. There's their drop defense, which is a big damage. Let's see how this goes. Anyway, it's been a lot of fun. Tormin is and again, I've only had him for a day, so I'm still learning how he works. So lots of freezes. Thanks for coming. Shield's now up, and then between boom, yeah, provokes across the board. So yeah, thanks for playing. Yeah, this team is pretty nuts, pretty nuts. And then because I have that mastery on him, I think it's Giant Slayer. The Ab has killed herself on his shield. Yeah, fun. It's a fun comp for sure. So yeah, so those are the guys I built. I think it's a lot of fun. I look forward to learning these champions more. I hope some of the stuff I did was helpful for y'all. And if you have these champions, let me know what you think. Give me some suggestions. I'm always open to that. And look forward to talking to you next time.